Our motto is whatever is the customer choice, we need to have a product. And this is what we did some decades ago when the market started asking us for compressors processing natural gases. At that time, we believed that it was a crazy demand, but we trusted in it, and we started having experience on the use of hydrocarbons compressors. Then came CO2. So we have today a very large use of different gases, and our commitment is to have a sustainable product.
Hey, this is Trevor Matthews from Refrigeration Mentor, and I'm here at the Frascold compressor factory in Italy, and I'm super excited and honored to have a conversation with Mr. Galli, who is the CEO of the company. Mr. Galli, how you doing?
Well, thank you very much. And you, Trevor?
I'm doing so good. First off, I want to thank you so much for giving us the opportunity to take a tour of your facility. I love compressors. I love seeing the things going from a product that is just a piece of metal all up to this finished products. But what I really noticed since we've been here is the culture of the people. How nice the people were on the product line, the salespeople, the staff. And I really appreciate that. And you have really a good culture around here. Can you talk about a bit of the culture in your organization?
Well, this company is a very old company. It's been founded in 1936. We are producing compressors since that time. Of course, not with the same people that you have seen today. We have a continuous improvement in this technology during these years. And we try to put the best of our knowledge into the compressor technologies, and we do it through the new products. In these days that you have spent together with us, with my colleagues, you have seen that we have a very large portfolio of products to give an answer to the customer demands. Our motto is whatever is the customer choice, we need to have a product. And this is what we did some decades ago when the market started asking us for compressors processing natural gases. At that time, we believed that it was a crazy demand, but we trusted in it, and we started having experience on the use of hydrocarbons compressors. Then came CO2. So we have today a very large use of different gases. And our commitment is to have a sustainable product. Yeah. Sustainability doesn't mean only natural gases. The large majority of the compressors running in the world are still with synthetic gases. But even in that case, you can work to improve the sustainability by studying a compressor that has a less power demand, for instance. There is, of course, a strict connection between the power demand of a compressor and the sustainability, because less energy you demand and less impact you have on the ambient. Yeah. So these are the aspects that we are following. And we are trying to teach to the people that is working in Frascold about the importance of taking care of the footprint that we have on the planet with the products, with the daily habits of each of us, with the attention to the footprint given by the factory. You have seen it's a big factory, but in the last 2 years we have installed a big solar panel system that produce 1.3 megawatt. So this is a way to reduce the impact of our activity on the planet, on the area around Frascold. We have a system to reuse the water of the process, not to waste them, but to reuse them completely. We are changing the traditional fuel source oven in heat pump, always more and more efficient. We are working together with our people to study solutions to reduce the waste material, recycling packaging, reduction of plastic, use of a natural material like a carton, like a wood, instead of plastic. So it is a day-by-day activity that we are doing together with the people that in every level works here in Frascold. Is a difficult path because it's very difficult to change our personal way of working, but we are doing that.
Yeah, and I totally noticed that just going around the facility, meeting people, and a lot of people talk about sustainability here and what they're trying to do to reduce their carbon footprint, because this is one of the big topics around the globe is decarbonization, the direct impact and indirect impact. And I see a lot of the stuff that you're doing here is the indirect impact, because it's not only just the compressors, it's just all the way you do your production. And I've seen like some really cool robotic things in there that really save time in the production, which actually will reduce that indirect cost of the carbon footprint.
Yes, yes, there is. These are arguments that there are. I always say to my person, the result is given by a sum of many small elements that all together give a good sum, a good result. And yes, they are doing a road, a passage that will bring us to a good result. I told you about the change of plastic, the reduction of plastic. We are trying to remove from Frascold all the plastic bottle of water. So using a metallic can that can be recycled, and many other aspects.
Yeah, no, and that's fantastic. One of the things that why I'm here today is actually from a few of your colleagues. We did a CO2 Monday, and we were talking about your CO2 compressors. And one of the things that I would love to know is like, how are you growing and expanding? So it's all about sustainability, and it's all about, you know, I see natural refrigerants all over your facility, but you're starting to grow as a company. Matteo is a good example. He's in the US now. What other locations around the world do you have?
Well, we started our internationalization process on 2014, opening our first sister company in India. Then followed an office in China, and then the office in United States. At the beginning it was in Seattle, and then more recently, a couple of years ago, we moved on the East Coast in Jacksonville in Florida. And also in the United States, we follow our model. We have a stock, we have salespeople, we have technical people, we have spare parts, we have a small corner where we can repair compressors, And the technical guys, in that case in the United States, we move Matteo, that is really a good specialist of compressors. Those technical office provide a very good support from the technical point of view to the local customers. Of course, the US company, Frascold USA, is the last one, and we expect it to grow very fast in the next year, adding other technicians, other services, and most probably other activities.
Yeah.
A couple of years ago, then we decided for the first time in our history to put a production outside Italy. It was in China, but only for the Chinese market, because we realized that it was necessary to be closer to such a big market. So we have there a factory totally dedicated in the production of screw compressor for the Chinese market. So this is the growth, the map of Frascold up to now. But this internationalization program is not yet finished.
Yeah.
We have in mind something new, but it will be for your next visit in Frascold.
Yeah, well, thank you so much. I appreciate that. Because it has to be a big change, because here we're in Europe, there's different voltages, there's different regulations and rules. And then when you come and try to internationalize, like moving into North America, you have different voltage now. You have like UL and ULC. How has that process been for the organization?
Well, yes, in the US there was this specific request of UL, but consider that our products were exported in the US already many years ago through our customer, Italian users or European users. So we approached UL for the first time in the 90s. So we start having a file under UL with those older model in 30 years ago.
Wow.
So when we decided to be there directly, we already had a very large files of compressor approved under UL. Nevertheless, we had at that time many other files for many other compressor. For instance, we had also the voltage referring of Canada, 575 volt.
Thank you.
Because there were demands also from Canada. So today we have a very large number of compressors that are listed into the UL files. So this was something already in our DNA.
Perfect.
And we use it when we open the factory, the office in the US.
And that's going to make it so much easier, because I believe the two biggest things to go into, especially the North American market, is have the product, right? And the proper voltage and the certification, but as well as the support. And that's one of the biggest things, and I believe that's how you're going to grow, having people like Matteo and growing that market, because what I see from contractors, technicians, OEM, they need the support from the compressor manufacturer to be there, because it's great that you got an amazing facility here and you make amazing products, but having those people there to support them is going to make a huge difference.
I fully agree with you. That's the reason why we are working to have a larger staff of technical guys that can support the requests coming from the US customers. I think, and our general manager in the US, Christian Alefsen, knows it, we need to have a strong staff, because when the customer asks and call the office of Frascold USA, he has to find a solution. he has to find the support. This is the target for all our offices around the world. And Matteo, there is a young engineer, they are doing a lot, but more and more has to be done, and more we will do for the US customers. That in the meantime are very well impressed about our products. The results from US are good, and this give us the wish to grow.
Yeah, no, I've done a few social media posts already, and I had comments from people who use your product and say they love them in the US, which is great. So I've been traveling through the facility and getting to meet your team and seeing all your solutions. One of the cool ones I liked was your magnetic compressor. So your magnetic screw compressor. That's something like screw technology is not something that's my background. I'm more commercial refrigeration like your semi-hermetics. Where do you see that technology going in the future? Because from the numbers that I was seeing, it is very efficient compared to a standard screw compressor.
We believe that this will be one of the technology that will have a very good success in the future, because it's strictly linked to the sustainability. Less energy you demand from the net, and less impact you have on the field, on the planet. So we believe that this is something that it will grow in the future. And as I told you in the beginning, we want to study the way to make our product the less power demanding as possible. Because we think that this is a way, is one of the main way to make the products more respectful of the planet. So permanent magnet motor is one of the possibilities that we hope will be developed on the market. And we are ready. We have product already in our catalogs. And a number of cases already in the field working, giving the right results.
Yeah, no, I love that. And I thought it was really cool just to get the understanding on how it works. And Maurizio going through with it, your lab manager, and just talking detailed about it and how it works, and just showing me the opportunity and the way it works, and the way it is going to revolutionize the industry, because we need to make a bigger impact, less power usage, because our grids all around the world are more and more. We got cell phones, we got cameras, you know, we need and use more power.
And we are now facing a new big page that is the reduction of a system using fossil fuels for heating buildings, for instance. We have seen what happens when you don't have natural gas available. So now we see a big boost to go to heat pump solution to heat buildings. And the heat pump is something that includes a compressor. Of course, a compressor that has to be used in conditions that are not the traditional condition of the compressors. It seems an incredible thing to use a compressor to make heat. But this is another way to follow the direction of reducing the impact on the planet. No more burning fossil fuel, but using electricity. That is the first step of a long passage, because then you have to be sure that the electricity that you use is properly produced. But it's a first step. We are working in the last years to develop compressor for heat pump that are always required to have a higher and higher temperature of delivered water. So we are starting to have different kind of products. We have already different kind of products that can work on new buildings, providing water at 40 Celsius, or old building where you need to have a system that provide the temperature of the water higher, 70, 75 Celsius. And even compressor for heat, for system where the temperature is over 160 bar, discharge temperature. So this is a new frontier of the use of the semi-hermetic and screw compressors that Frascold has already opened and for which we already have a good number of compressors and is giving us good results. And I think we can say this is the result given by the last generation of the Frascold technicians, because this is really a baby products, are 5 years old products.
Yeah.
So these are product developed exactly from this generation of people that lives in Frascold, that work in Frascold, that you have met in these days.
Because it is change. There's big change happening because in North America they call it electrification, and I already see it in California say there's no more natural gas furnaces and things like that. So we're going to continue to see this evolve over the generation. So it's not going to happen overnight. Some people may want to happen overnight, but it's not. It doesn't make sense, right?
Sustainability, in my opinion, means to be able to sustain also the existing industrial structure. So you have to be patient. Of course, us, the guy that run industries, don't want to lose time. We already started making this path to the sustainability, but is a path, is a journey. You cannot imagine that it can be done completely from the beginning to the target overnight, as you mentioned. So, but you have to put a stone every day. Every day you have to look back and say, okay, I made a mile, and tomorrow I will do another mile in direction of the target. But we cannot destroy everything. You have to do your job in a good way every day, having clear what is the target.
Yeah, and I totally agree with you, because it takes time, and we have to understand the technologies as well, because we talk about CO2, we talk about propane heat pumps, but the technicians out there have not seen this technology. A lot of them have not seen CO2, have not seen heat pumps per se as much as possible. So not only having the technology, but we need a trained industry as well, because just because we have the new technology, it doesn't mean it's going to be easily to be installed, serviced, and maintained. And we know that even globally, I talk to people all around the world, and they say, like, the skilled trades, like finding a refrigeration technicians is hard, and not as many people are coming in. What are your thoughts on the skilled trades and getting people into the industry?
Well, you are right. Even if in Europe the push in direction of the natural gases is stronger than outside and started before than outside, we faced, and we are still facing, a lack of skillness of the people. So there is not, let me say, a structural action from the European community or from the States. There are local activities, there are schools, there are companies as we are that try to promote action to teach how to handle those natural gases that has critical attitudes. So we have done in the last year some seminar, some internal training with external school to teach young guys, young technicians. Some of them became our workers and employees. But I think that it would be necessary a more central activity from the, I don't know, government institutions, because it's necessary. We are doing our best, but we know that in the market there are big problems because of the few number of skilled people that knows how to handle a CO2 system or a hydrocarbon system. This is absolutely a problem on the table. We are doing our best as a company, having contact with the schools of the territory and supporting them.
Yeah, because the big thing is that you're a compressor manufacturer. You'll do your best for training on your product, but at the end of the day, we need globally, I believe, we need more governments, we need more associations, we need more trade schools, colleges to be involved, because it doesn't only affect people here in Italy. I talk to people in Australia, in the UK, in Canada, in the US, and it's a global problem. And it's not gonna, we're not gonna fix it overnight, but like we're talking about sustainability, step by step, we need to just help the next generation to get understanding of these new technologies. Are they complex? Yes, but for me, I really believe with the right training, with the right education, they can work on any equipment. These are refrigeration technicians. They're smartest of any skill, I believe.
Absolutely, absolutely. I saw many customer of us that started they move from traditional gases, synthetic gases, to hydrocarbons, for instance. At the beginning, they were scared. But then they started making internal lab for their own testing. They have instructed their people working on the field how to handle these kind of gases, and the process is ongoing. It's nothing impossible. It is a pity that there is not a support from the infrastructure, let me say, but the things are moving very fast on those companies that approach this technology. Not very fast in many other fields and many other areas. It will take time. It will take time.
Yeah, I totally agree. So, last thing that I want to ask you is, what is the next step for Frascold? Where are you guys going? What do you want to accomplish over the next 5-10 years in your model?
Well, of course, we would like from the product portfolio, we wanted to have again a portfolio that allowed us to give answer to all the requests coming from the market. This also will mean to have more production capacity, and we are ready to increase our capacity here, and maybe also to add other production facilities where the market, where our market is demanding for. I told you some minutes ago, we have something in our mind for the next future.
Yeah.
So we want to grow, we want to be more present. We have to expand our activity on the east side and on the west side. Yeah. In the meantime, the majority of our sales are going outside Europe. Up to 5 years ago, it was not like that. And this part that is outside Europe is growing very fast. And some new decision will be necessary. Yeah. So we are working on that. But for sure, one thing will not change. We will continue to look for product that will be respectful for the planet. We want to continue to work because I would like to leave to my son the planet as my father left to me, and the same it will be for my colleagues. So we don't want to lose this approach. Yeah. We have to do our best to make our activity an ethical activity.
Mr. Galli, I want to thank you so much for.
It was a great pleasure.
This was a huge honor.
It was a great pleasure for me.
I really appreciate that. So once again, check out Frascold.com. You can learn more about their product lines. Like, as I mentioned in many of the videos I've done, they're really trying to grow. They're present globally, and they really care about their customers. My name is Trevor Matthews. Let's get a conversation going.